Welcome back to Delboy's Garage. Today we have some rather amazing news. There's two fantastic things to announce. We've been working on one of them for quite a long time and the other one for about a week or so. Now the first thing I want to share with you, as the title says, is the Discovery announcement. What's happened? It would appear we had an email from somebody who is the website editor or the features editor on Discovery Channel. It's not a TV channel, this is their website, the UK Discovery website. There is a link, they're the same family, but it's that section that's contacted us. Now what they've asked is if they initially were looking for somebody who does fix-ups and repairs and how-tos for motorcycles in the UK. There's plenty of stuff in the States and around the world, but there's nothing for the UK, and it's the UK website that's contacted us. We have about 200 videos, so it would appear they've looked through them all because they were told to do so by you. It seems that a good dozen or more of you fantastic people have contacted them and told them to check out Delboy's Garage, which they've done, and that has meant that they've seen what they want to see, they found what they wanted, and they contacted us and said, how about it? So rather amazingly, we are now on Discovery. It's very simple, very straightforward. They've created a section or a page on the UK Discovery website. They're calling it a hub. I don't really do websites and IT, I think that's what it's called. And it's called Turbo. Now I'll do a link, you'll see at the bottom under the video here there's a link to it, so you can click on that and it takes you to the hub marked Turbo. Now if you go to the general website you can drop down and the Turbo is part of it, and it's a page for petrol heads. There's a show on there with Mike Brewer where they buy old cars, and he's got his mate Ed, they do them up and sell them for a profit. There's the American show Fast and Loud, I think there's some OCC on there as well. And basically it's a petrol heads channel, and they wanted a section on it for repairing and fixing bikes, and they chose us for it. So me and Penny Pitstop are now live on Discovery. Not live, but we are on Discovery and it is underway. It's live, it's happening now. So click on the link, you can see it's there. They're taking the videos, we've done about a dozen or so at the minute, sent them from the library, they're older videos, and what they're doing is remastering them, digitally removing all the mess and the fuzz, and they're editing them down to 7 minutes. So I've seen the couple they've done and they're amazing. You can see these people are professional. My goodness me, I wish I could edit only half that good. And they're making the videos very watchable and very entertaining. I'm actually enjoying watching them myself. For us, for me and Penny, it's astonishing. We are on Discovery. Amazing. And it's down to you. Those of you who took the trouble to email Discovery and say, you need to watch Delboy's Garage, you need to have a look, it's all down to you, and we thank you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It's down to you. You've created things coming that we've got to do. That brings me tenuously into the next matter, the matter of the bike build. It may have to go distant, a little bit further back on the back burner, purely because we need to keep making these videos. 7-8 minutes, quick how-tos, servicing, brake pad replacement, chain and sprocket replacement, oil changing, the kind of thing they want on that channel. We've done loads of them, they're using them, but they're using them up fast. I've got about 12 or 15 of them. What do we send them? 12, 15 12. Something? On discs, and they're using them up, they're eating them quickly, so we need to start doing more, so they've got a big list of stuff that they can put on their website and keep that fed. So that's going to be busy. We've been busy working on that. That's been in place about 2 months. We've been cooking this, and it's now time to announce it. So there it is. Discovery is on deck. It's the most amazing thing. It's an honour and a privilege. There's no money in it. We're not getting paid. There might be a little bit of extra on the AdSense, but apart from that, nothing. And that's not what we do it for. It doesn't matter. It's not what it's about. We've just got that extra wider audience now, and we're getting out there to more people, and that's very important. I get comments from young riders all the time that are watching videos that we made 18 months ago, that they've just learned how to check the tyre pressures on their bike. They've gone and bought a bike and nobody told them, not the dealer, not their riding instructor, no one. And they're now learning it, and that's all important. That's what we do it for. So that's the first thing. The bike build, that's now going to have, it's kind of trashed the bike build a bit because we just haven't got the time, the space or anything. What we did was put a budget in place. I won't bore you with the details too long, but me and Penny have been on roughly a 3-year financial decline through this recession. We've got a family business. It's cooking along nicely, but it doesn't make us any money. We're living on our savings. We had to sell my Harley collectively. My Fat Boy went and I bought an XR 1200, and then that went, I bought the Iron. There's loads of videos about the Iron, you can see that. Then the Iron had to go eventually as well, and I got the Bandit, and then we started Survival Rat in the Bandit. But we've turned a corner because I eventually downsized the business. I left the day-to-day working of that business all to Penny Pit Stop. So her there, she runs it single-handed now. She's a genius. I don't get involved in the business, only Penny does. And that leaves me free to go and work. So I've gone back to my career. I drive a coach for a living. I make reasonably good salary at that, and that's been able to do two things. It keeps us, we're no longer living on our savings, we've been able to replace some of our savings, and we're healing, we're getting better, things are moving forward. We've truly turned a corner for good now, hopefully, and everything's looking good. So we've been able to treat myself and buy myself a bike, something I wanted, something that's different. We looked around, project bikes, I looked for something to do up. I've had about 12 Harleys over the course of the years. I've actually had 58 bikes with this latest one in 32 years. I know that is a list, I've got it in a list because I'm sad, and I keep lists. And that's gone since I was 15 right through to today. And this is one bike I've never had, it's one genre I've never explored. I've had sports bikes, I've had Harleys, I've had a chopper, I've had various bobbers, Brat style, the big Fat Boy bobber, Tourers, all sorts of things. But there was one particular motorcycle genre that isn't a UK genre, it's an American bike genre, something I've admired and liked the look of for many years. I look at it on YouTube and on various movies. There was a movie, a very sad, very bad movie, awful movie with Lawrence Fishburne called Biker Boys, with a Z, boys, and it was about kind of African American biker street gangs that ride slammed, stretched superbikes. That's very cool. The Street Fighter thing in the UK, I've had 3 or 4, I've built 3 or 4. The Rat is kind of half Rat, half Street Fighter anyway. But I've never seen it here in the UK. You really don't see bikes with a full fairing, a big superbike with its full fairing, slammed, stretched, blinged out. Roland Sands Design is doing all sorts of things, wheels for them, fat back ends, lowering kits, all kinds of things. They're a big movement in the States over there, so I kind of like it. So I set about that as possibly something I can do while we're working with Discovery. The trailer project is still ongoing. I've got servicing on the Bandit coming up. I've got servicing on Penny Pit Stop's Harley coming up, 10,000 mile service quite soon. Even to the point where brake pads for the Bandit going in the weekend, oil for the Bandit going in at the weekend. So much going on, and the trailer's still got to go on. So we're so busy, I just wanted to, for now, the bike build budget to prevent spending it and whittling away at it and eating it on things. I've decided to invest it in a decent bike. I'll keep that, and then that will become a project in the future. So what bike have we got? What is it? What's all the fuss about? 2003 Suzuki Hayabusa KZ3 Stealth. Now already I can hear loads of people saying, what the fuck? But that is it. That's where we're going. It's a bit close because it's stuffed in the garage at the minute. It's only a couple of owners. It's absolutely immaculate. And apart from a few rather unfortunate accessories which will come off in a heartbeat, it is pretty much mint. There isn't a mark on it. The guy who had it, I think, to be honest, reading between the lines, I think it scared him, as you'd imagine, and he decided to get rid of it. I think he's gone back to his Harley. Now I can't see it at the minute, I can't do a proper walk round, but there it is. Now what we're going to do with it, for now, is ride it. But the project is to stretch the back end out, slam the suspension, and then deal with some paintwork. So there's loads of fun in this. There's loads of potential projects. People put turbos on these, they put nitrous on them. Why? I've no idea, because it's a 200 mile an hour bike as it is. And I rode it home in the dark, in the pouring rain, and I've got to admit, it scares the shit out of me. It is absolutely brutal. Just flick the throttle a little bit, doing 60, and you're doing a ton. It's very dangerous for your license. But we're going to have loads of fun with it. And when the sun's shining on Sunday, I'll give you a proper look and upload that. So there we are, Hayabusa in the garage. I know some of you are disappointed, and I know some of you are probably thinking I'm a sellout. I got accused of it before. It's just that it was a great easy sale. It was about a quarter less in price than it should have been. We saved a fortune in what we would have had to pay. And Harleys, it just wasn't working. I couldn't buy a Harley. I tried 6 or 7 Harleys from strangers to people I knew, and they're not interested in selling them. They just want to get their top money. They just don't want to do a deal. And you can't buy these things. And they ended up blowing the whole budget on a donor bike, well then with nothing left to spend on doing it up, so it just get thrown in the corner and forgotten. Pointless. And you know what it's like if you've got a bag of money and you're looking to buy something. If you then don't, that bag of money will get frittered away. You'll buy things with it, you'll buy something else with it. Before you know it, the chance has passed. But this way I've invested it in something. It was an absolute bargain, a proper snip. A sort of a dealer would be jealous of that price. And it's now in the stable, and it's staying. It's a great bike, and there's a lot of future, a lot of great fun things we're going to do in the future with it. That's the first thing. Second thing is my friend Pete. Now, not my friend Pete as in my friend Pete, Southwest Rod and Custom my friend Pete.
No, your friend Pete.
But my friend Pete. My friend Pete. Peter Q 1972. Now Pete, flying the flag for the boys. He's my mate from Kent, which is kind of south of London. Bow tie badge, Union Jack, of course, and a moniker at the bottom. That's a nice sticker, Pete. Did you make that? It looks like felt tips. Do you reckon they use crayons or felt tips?
Crayons, he's probably not allowed felt tips.
No, they're poisonous, aren't they? Right, blessed are the cheesemakers, Pete. So there we go. That's fantastic. That's going to go off on the wall. The others. Thanks for that, Pete. Finally, a bit of an invite. Now, I'd love to meet some of you. Anybody who watches these things, there is a big bike show on the south coast of England, the 14th. It's called Brightona. It's a massive show. It's run by the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club and various other organisations, but it is a fantastic family show. It's not a biker event as such. It's a public family event. There's a fantastic bike show there. I can't sell the event too much. Just look it up, Brightona. Brighton, which is the place it's in on the south coast, and it's kind of a parody of Daytona in the States, which is the big week-long bike show, and that's why they call it Brightona. So if anybody knows of it, me and Penny are going to go there. We'll be there all day pretty much, from early on till sort of late afternoon, so if anybody wants to meet up, give us a shout. It'd be good to meet up, have a beer or something, and that'll be that, provided it's not hammering down with rain again, which case we'll probably be inside the pub rather than outside. So there we go. I think that's it. Everything covered. Take it easy. Thank you again from the bottom of our trousers for all of your kind comments and everything you say, and for the recommendations to Discovery, because we now have them on deck. That's just amazing. So leaving you with that thought, thank you so much. Take it easy, ride safe, and we'll see you all next time.